Okay, let me see if this started up here. Guys, let me know if you're in the chat. Anywhere, if you're in the chat, let me know how that goes. How's my volume? Let me know how it sound here. And I'm just waiting on it to seemingly get started here. We should be started. Do I need to refresh the browser or anything? Let's see where we should be live somewhere. Somewhere we should be live. Let me check, make sure. We're live on what, the Urban Landlord clips here. Got quite a bit to talk about today. Audio is good. Hey, where are you watching? The Urban Landlord or the Urban Landlord clips? There's so many channels. I just to make sure the right one is live. It looks like the Urban Landlord clips is live, and it doesn't look like the Urban Landlord is live though. Let me see. Is that live? Let me see. Urban Landlord. What channel is this? Let's see. That's the clips. There's so many fucking channels. The Urban Landlord managed videos. Let's see what's live over here. Am I live? No, I don't think it's. Okay, perfect. But damn, the title's all fucked up. Why is the title fucked up? Let me change the title. That's not the straight title. Dealing with this Streamlabs. Let me update the title. Someone said Snake has a State of the Union schedule. Okay. Let me update this title. Let me update that. And where is that? Junk All Live. No, that's not that. The title should be this right here. This is my title. And I had a thumbnail. Let me see if I can put that thumbnail back up there. Where is my thumbnail? Is this my thumb? Oh, that's my thumbnail there. All right, let's get started here. Let's see. Let me save that, and now we get started. Let's get started. Good morning. Last night was the State of the Union, and I know many of you probably watched the State of the Union here. And there was a little boy that caught my eye. I'm not sure if you guys remember the little guy. Was his name DJ or something like that? And Donald Trump made him a honorary Secret Service agent or something like that. That's what he did. And I thought about it. I said, where have I seen that little boy? So I was telling my lady friend, I said, that boy's received many awards. I've seen him somewhere. And I think he should have been dead by now. That's the kind, he's been suffering with this cancer for a long time. And then it hit me. I said, I know where that young boy is from. And I'm going to take you guys back a little bit here. Let me see if I can take you back. Let's see, where is that little boy? Oh, yeah. We saw him at the awards, right? We saw him at the State of the Union. See if I can get my screen up here. Let me maximize my screen. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Hold
on.
Outlandish laughter.
Oh, yeah.
Poking at utility bill that he has on.
So he's 12 years old. They appear to be much older than.
With all the outlandish laughter and kind of poking at utility bill that he has on.
So he's 12 years old. They appear to be much older than he is.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts when you see these older kids really appearing to try to shame him and pick on him?
It is disturbing. And twerking too. I mean, it's like, is that the way? Is that the new way of saying hello?
Be honest, when they're bullying me, that reminds me that I have cancer, but I don't like thinking about it. I have cancer. I'm literally fighting for my life.
You feel like some youngsters will do things that are distasteful, even if it's picking on a 12-year-old kid who's battling cancer, just so they can get likes on social media.
But when they monitorize social media, this is the problem. You know, when they get 1 million likes, you get a little check in the mail, and they'll do anything.
So even as it appears they were trying to hurt your feelings, DJ, you were determined not to let them hurt your feelings and to educate
I knew
them.
I remember that little nigga.
Well, really and truly, I'm like a 40-year-old, so I don't really have feelings like that.
The only thing that people can do is just give them a hug, let them rub a few more bald heads, take a few pictures, and just listen to a story so you can get through anything that life throws at you. You know, we can turn negative stuff into positive things.
And you said you hope to do that in this instance also.
Yes, upgrade yourself. Be a better person that you was 3 minutes ago.
And you hope that's what we're all doing, is being a better version of ourselves.
There you go back again, just in case you just joined. I knew I remember that little nigga. I said, where have I seen that little nigga from? And damn, if it wasn't
With
the
every
niggas
breath
twerking
that we
on it.
take.
Exactly.
Every second, every day.
Let's go back. Go ahead.
No, I'm not sure.
With all the outlandish laughter and kind of poking at his, utility belt that he has on.
So he's 12 years old. They appear to be much older than he is.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts when you see these older kids really appearing to try to shame him and pick on him?
It's
recognized that.
disturbing. And twerking too. I mean, it's like, is that the new way of saying hello?
To be honest, when they're bullying me, that reminds me that I have cancer, but I don't like thinking about it. I have cancer. I'm literally fighting for my life.
You feel like some youngsters will do things that are distasteful, even if it's picking on a 12-year-old kid who's battling cancer, just so they can get likes on social media?
But when they monitorize social media, this is the problem. You know, when they get 1 million likes, you get a little check in the mail, and they'll do anything.
So even as it appears they were trying to hurt your feelings, DJ, you were determined not to let them hurt your feelings and to educate them.
Well, really and truly, I'm like a 40-year-old, so I don't really have feelings like that.
The only thing that people can do is just give them a hug, let them rub a few more bald heads, take a few pictures, and just listen to a story.
The black ghetto girls treated him the same way the Democrats did, disrespecting him, twerked on him. Wouldn't even stand up to honor this black man, but the young black boy, and they talk about race. But in reality, they are Democrats first. All those black Democrats, they refused to stand up for that young boy. And you saw the thumbnail, only the white woman Democrat would stand up for them little niggas. I'm not sure if this was in school, Roller Skater Girl, where they were mocking the little boy. I think this was out on the street somewhere.
So you can get through anything.
You can probably see it right here. He's out on the streets.
With all the
This is not in school where they're ridiculing him. This is out on the streets here where they ridicule this young boy. I knew I remembered his face. And so when Donald Trump honored him last night, I just had to put 2 and 2 together, like who he was. And then I was able to pull up the article here. This is from 2024, last year. Houston's pint-sized police officer, a 12-year-old battling cancer, who's an honorary police officer at over 800 agencies, is used to having all the eyes on him. However, one video he's in is getting a lot of attention for all the wrong reasons. He appears to be being bullied. The video is absolutely disheartening. We heard his dad, the outlandish laughter. The boy's only 12 years old. The girl's towering over him, twerking on him. Just outright disrespecting the guy's disability. And you saw it yesterday again when the Democrats had the opportunity to stand for the young man to see all that he's overcome. They couldn't even be so bothered as to stand there. So that was my thoughts on this State of the Union. I thought Trump gave a high energy speech, pretty good speech, very high energy. But that is the one takeaway, more or less, that I had from the Democrat, from the State of the Union. I guess the other thing is that Al Green being thrown out. I actually didn't see what he did, but I'd be curious to know what exactly he did. And let's go to Al Green. What did you guys think of Al Green, State of the Union being dismissed there? I'm not sure what he did. Let's see what he did here. Let me put it on the screen here. So this is Al Green escorted out. It said, oh, he interrupts Trump. All right, let's see exactly what he did.
The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country. And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever. Likewise, small business
I'm still waiting to see when he's going to be put out.
optimism, so it's
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue.
Was that J.D. Vance said get him out of here?
Seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of.
Am I missing? Did I miss it again? Did he say get him out of here?
Take your seat.
Yeah, he did. And J.D. Vance is getting a spine. They like get him out of here.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Get him up out of here. White man stiffing his spine a little bit. Let's see. You're watching the man flick his fingers. White man flicks his fingers. It was this man. Get him out of here, indeed. And you know, this kind of law it's going to be necessary. Because if you don't do it, this is what happens. They end up doing things like this, and this is what they really in the office to do. Party and bullshit. And this is Jasmine Crockett, or whatever her last name is, and she's doing her rendition of the Not Like Us in the Capitol. She shot her a video, guys. Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. Get her to say, "Hey, minor." Oh man. And that's black governance. Black run America. You look at her again. Look at her.
40 acres in the mule.
Oh man, this is truly fucking amazing. Yeah. It's in the halls of the Capitol. Tongue out. And who are these two make work job sisters? What are they not doing anything? There's 3 black women with make work jobs in the halls of the Congress just raising hell. No ideas, no legislation, just raise hell like they do in their communities.
Can't fake influence.
Truly fucking amazing. Truly amazing. Look at this shit. The halls of the Congress. Just imagine. Just imagine. And you think about it, this is the same black. She was one of the blacks that refused to stand up for that young boy while she's filming videos of herself dancing to They Not Like Us. They Not Like Us. Really kind of amazing. Really kind of amazing. You know, here's something interesting. I just saw this. I haven't heard it. So I'm curious to know what Charleston White is going to say about G Ronnie, G dollar sign Ronnie or something. Here's G dollar sign Ronnie. This is the guy that was killed with his daughter the other day. Let's see what Charleston White is going to say here.
Could y'all clap for this bullshit? Y'all clap for it. Oh man, he a snitch. Man, call the police on him. When the Fort Worth ISD came out and was giving out the $1,500, $1,750 for turning the gang member with a gun. Come on now, y'all clap for this. Now y'all want to cry. But you laugh later. Now you crying now. You laugh later, now you crying now. And now all the city this, all the city this. Y'all helped build this city like this here. Remember y'all all got behind Go Yayo, and all he did was fight. And all people died around him. Children died around Go Yayo. Y'all forgot? Haven't y'all forgot? My 40 go boom. They took this song. Let me play it for you. Hold on. Let's play it.
We can't let you play it, Charleston. But I guess Charleston is not on the side of this. The people that are complaining about all the murders. I'm gonna go through my Twitters. A couple things I bookmarked. I want to highlight those to you. I'll just go one by one. Let's see what we have here. We have Big Simone and I think Michael Steele. He's turncoat Republican. Now he's making his living as a Democrat.
Were killing me. I don't know who thought up the bingo signs. Well, thank you, Simone.
Can we talk about it?
The bingo signs were killing me. I don't know who thought up the bingo signs, but they should be fired.
Michael, this is an indictment, in my opinion, on the Democratic leadership. I talked to a lot of members during they was texting. The staff were on my phones and they were calling. And I think the best way to describe it is the Democratic leadership said they didn't want disruptions and they wanted people to attend and bring a guest, and they wanted, little business as usual, and we're fighting back in other ways. There is a palpable disgust, as Claire said, from not just the members but their constituents. And it's like a pot, as someone described it to me, that's boiling, and it's about to bubble over. If you do not allow the members a space to release valve, it's going to bubble over. And this was the visuals are not taking back the House in 2026. Not these visuals. Where's the signs? Put the signs up, folks,
the dry erase board with different messages.
Oh my gosh,
you don't
that's
think
crazy. Put the paddles up, y'all. Do we have something of the paddles?
But here's the thing. Here the thing about the moment for me for folks, if you really want to understand the difference between Republican control and Democratic acquiescence, it's in how two things happened in that chamber and how they were handled. When Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert stood up and showed their behinds on the House floor, all right, when they just act a fool, shouting and talking and being loud and disruptive, what happened?
They stayed.
They stayed. Democrats didn't threaten them. Democrats didn't tell them to sit your behind down and shut up. Right? Order in the House.
Well,
what happened?
What should the Democrats have done?
But what happened tonight?
Well, what should have happened tonight?
What happened then is what happened tonight. Because the Republicans weren't coming to play. They weren't going to give the Democrats the quarter. They knew what they were going to do. They knew they were going to try to be disruptive in some form. And their goal was to shut it down in one of two ways. And both of them worked. USA, as if they own that, that moniker, and throw them out.
I guess
but
you mean
what should have the Democrats done instead of what they did?
Out.
No, I'm talking about tonight. What should the Democrats have done tonight instead of what they did?
Some of us believe they shouldn't have shown up. Or...
And, that's the thing. This guy used to be a Republican out of Maryland. And he says, well, what should they have done? He's asked, what should they have done? The only really option they have is to not show up. I mean, what policies are they going to put forth? They couldn't even stand for an American child fighting cancer. It would have been better had they not shown up. That's true. That's the only play they had there.
If they showed up at a certain point, here's the deal. When the congressman was kicked out, half that room should have left with him. Because that was the point. He was the only one to stand up and say, I'm not going to sit here and let you lie in this chamber. I'm not going to let you get away with this because you're lying right now. And instead of calling the man a lie, like they did to Barack Obama.
Right. I remember, I was there.
Right?
And nothing happened.
And what happened then?
Didn't he got a pat on the wrist afterwards?
I think
they're not even going to mention that child and their behavior about that child. And they can't. They have to act like they don't know things or act like it didn't happen. Yet they run around here telling these blacks that they're also important and things like this. Black Lives Matter. Which leads me to Mural Bowser and the Black Lives Matter. Let me see if I have that up. Black Lives Matter is suddenly melting away here in Washington, D.C. And I'll see if I can pull that up for you. Let's see. Mural Bowser, I think they're telling her she has to take it all down if she wants to continue to suck off the government teat. And I'm pretty sure she will. Let's see what's coming up here. It was all bullshit all the time. They never believed this Black Lives Matter shit. It was about the money. And when you threaten their money, they'll get that shit up. It didn't matter to them. Mural Bowser, Mayor Mural Bowser signals D.C. will paint that shit over. I remember when people were going to jail. Didn't they put a black woman in jail for that shit? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they put a black woman in jail for painting over the Black Lives Matter mural? I'm pretty sure they did. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But here they are now. They're going to paint over it. Mural Bowser said she will paint over the Black Lives Matter right here in D.C. and see if there's any video for that. I know there was some protests out there. There it is.
Tonight, the days are numbered for D.C.'s Black Lives Matter Plaza. Supporters say it inspired and raised awareness about racial injustice and inequality. But after pressure from Republicans in Congress, D.C. Mayor Mural Bowser says it will be changed. Fox 5's Shamari Stone is in Northwest tonight with the details.
Tonight, there are dozens of protesters here at Black Lives Matter Plaza. Many of them walked up to me and said that they are upset about D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser's announcement. You see them right over here, and Black Lives Matter Plaza has become a landmark here in the district.
Notice there are no blacks out there. Very few.
As you can see, we are just right by the White House, and it has been here since the summer.
Yeah, part of the reason why no blacks are there because they can't afford to live anywhere near there.
Of 2020 after protest over racial injustice and police brutality. Tonight, Mayor Bowser saying it will be replaced as part of D.C.'s America 250 mural project involving students and artists from across all 8 wards in the district. Black Lives Matter Plaza was created after protests and unrest broke out nationwide following the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, becoming a place for people protesting against racism, police brutality, and the justice system. Now, there have recently been efforts in Congress to force the mayor to make the change or lose federal funding. No word on when the change will take place. In a statement, Mayor Bowser saying in part, quote, "The mural inspired millions of people and helped our city through a very painful period. But now we can't afford to be distracted by meaningless congressional interference," end quote.
This is tragic. You know, this really meant a lot to us as a community when we were.
How many blacks been killed since they paint that shit on the street?
We're really dealing with and struggling with the murder of George Floyd, and to see it just be erased really strikes at the heart of our community.
I think it's very shameful.
I wonder if any of these blacks, I wonder how these blacks feel about them Democrats not standing up for that sick little boy last night. They march for George Floyd, and here they are sick and distraught that a statue, that a mural or whatever painted on the street, worthless letters on the ground, is being painted over.
Because the attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the attack on protests such as Black Lives Matter, I think it's an attempt to erase us and our struggle and our history.
They never talk about their progress, their achievements. Struggles, my struggle, my struggle. God damn, don't you get tired of talking about your struggles? Talk about some achievements.
And it's wrong, and I'm just sorry that the mayor felt that she had to give in to that extortion.
And Mayor Bowser says that federal job cuts must be.
Here's the thing. Niggas, you can paint this in your neighborhood. You can go in any other ghetto neighborhood and paint all kind of murals. I've shown you murals of dead children. Nobody's gonna stop them from going in their ghetto and painting Black Lives Matter. Nobody's gonna stop them. No federal funding is gonna be threatened if they paint that shit all over. Replace all the dead children murals with Black Lives Matter. Nothing would be said. But you can't put it on federal space here, government-owned land. You just gonna paint this here and then turn around and demand money from the government. Do it on your own personal property. I ain't seen one black. I'm in the ghetto right here. I haven't seen one black put up a Black Lives Matter sign or flag. But when I go to the white neighborhood, on the other side of town, I see all the Black Lives Matter flags and signs and shit. And so then you see this little weak-ass man and his weak-ass woman talking about how bad it's gonna hurt him. And he looks like he's in front of it. Like this looks like the Conrad Hotel downtown. He's not over in the ghetto expressing his sadness about black lives that really should matter. And it ended up losing their lives. He probably never shed a tear. No one's gonna ask him about what about the Democrats that you vote for that didn't even stand for that child? Won't say a word.
End quote.
This is tragic. This really meant
tragic.
A lot to us as a community when we were really dealing with and struggling with the murder.
A fucking mural that was not even in the black community. But somehow, this meant a lot to him in his community. He didn't even live in this community.
George Floyd, and to see it just be erased really strikes at the heart of our community.
I think it's very shameful because the attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the attack on protests such as Black Lives Matter, I think it's an attempt to erase us and our struggle and our history. And
I guarantee you she did not make that sign herself. It probably was given to her as part of the AstroTurf protest here.
And it's wrong, and I'm just sorry that the mayor felt that she had to give in to that extortion.
And Mayor Bowser says that federal job cuts must be the number one concern right now. You can read her full statement on fox5dc.com.
And, continuing here in D.C., and I talk a lot about business and stuff like that. And we've talked about this, and I strictly saw it as one of the reasons the black community has so much trouble in doing business. This was a young girl who had opened up a nice little shop here. I'm not sure if it's her shop or not, but let's take a look, and we're going to get into this here.
Sit right here and listen to my study. I'm not fucking playing. You just try lucky, right? You lucky I beat the shit out of you.
So that's a young girl. You can see her being dragged through the salon here.
She don't want me to take her hair out. She don't want to pay me. What the fuck? No, bitch. You're gonna, your whole face is gonna be on this.
Yeah, she gonna find out when I get there.
I don't get no fucks. I ain't finding out shit on ground. I'm gotta call my uncle right now. Your ass to get left here, old ass nigga.
And all of this.
She don't want me to take her hair out. She don't want to.
All of this is over hairstyle.
She don't want me to take her hair out.
All of this is over a hairstyle.
No, bitch. You're gonna, your whole face is gonna be on this.
Apparently,
She don't want me to take her hair out. She don't.
Apparently, this young girl did not pay the other young girl.
I don't get no fucks. I ain't finding out shit on ground. I'm gotta call my uncle right now. Your ass to get left here, old ass nigga. She don't want me to take her hair out.
And you can hear her saying, you know, basically, you're going to take the hair out. And this woman, this is right here in Washington, D.C., maybe in Maryland. Y'all are so selective with what you want to hear. They was aware of the money getting sent to the wrong Cash App. She allowed her to stay until they figured it out. No one could come up with the money. The mother asked if she could send it in 2 weeks. The salon lady, to her credit, said no.
No, she don't want to pay
said
me.
no. And
what
so,
the fuck? No, bitch. You're gonna, your whole face is gonna be on this.
So it led to some violence here. And a couple things I read something here, and I think the lady is named Barbie.
I don't get no fucks. I ain't finding out shit on ground. I gotta call my.
The lady's name is Barbie here. You can see some tweets from her. See, she's a fairly young lady here. I think this is her. And she's saying that she was basically, you know, she was giving her side of the story. I think this is her. Yeah, this is her right here, giving her side of the story. The stylist ran after her and dragged her back in, not because of the misunderstanding, because she tried to run off after she gave her a solution if no one could pay. And here's some more to this. Let's see. Oh, and video's unavailable. It's unavailable. Okay, well, fair enough. All right, damn. But anyway, so it really highlighted the distrust here that, you know, these people are just trying to do hair. And I don't know if she sent it to the wrong Cash App or not, if that's true. But it caused a fight, and, you know, it could have turned out even worse than that. She said she can't, the client go if she took her hair out. She offered to wash and blow dry it. The client said no, she wanted to keep silent and continue calling other people. The stylist was with another client not paying attention for real, and the girl tried to run out the shop. Okay, so the girl did try to run out of the shop. So that's very interesting here. Again, just, you know, we had another guy up on the stream, Broke Genius, and he talked about how, you know, basically he had the same thing, nightmares. He called them daymares, that he would have day and nightmares about, you know, doing business in a black neighborhood. So it's just interesting to hear this guy say this as well. This lady having these issues here. You know, back to the young guy again. I saw this clip. It's in my Twitter feed. We talked about this last night, but it's kind of interesting here. This is, I think this is Nicole Wallace, and she's talking about the young boy. And again, everyone's forgotten how
that you let yourself feel. But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ, and I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump.
What the fuck? They just can't celebrate the young man, fighting the good fight against cancer. They got to talk about all this January 6th government political stuff. On a positive note here, how many of you knew this right here? The CEO of Lowe's, Marvin Ellison, announced bonuses of up to 300,000 employees after the company outperformed last year. A good example of trickle down in the economy here. Lowe's is relative to Home Depot. I prefer Lowe's better. So wow, these guys are getting a $10,000 bonus. Pretty good, I'm sure. So $30 more per hour or a $30 gift. Trump heard Kamala. Let's see. All this shows is how much they price gouged the public the last 5 years. Well, there you go. Well, I think for the people that are working at Lowe's, they'll be happy about that. And well, you know, how many people knew that there was a black CEO of Lowe's, just flying on the radar there. And we talked about this right here on the big stream here. I'm going to pull it up. It was about the Southern student that was killed on campus, and apparently it is similar to some movie where they moved the guy around. Looks like this guy, Caleb Williams, that was killed on Southern's campus. Apparently they may have moved him around, similar to a Burning Sands movie. I'm not familiar with the movie, but he was punched and apparently collapsed and died. And so this is a young man right here. It's never seriously killed someone accidentally or not. Yes, he was killed somehow. Let's see if there's any video here. It's not video. But either way it goes, this young man was killed. And I saw this on Southern's campus just the other day. Let me see if I can find it. I saw this clip. Let me see if I have it here. I'm sure I have it. And so this is just a video coming from Southern's campus, Southern University's campus, HBCU, down in Louisiana. And you take a look at this video here, and this is on the college campus. And this is a college campus, Southern
Break it up.
The weaves always come off, don't they? It seems like you think that, man, if you're going to be out here fighting, you need to just go short hair. And the little girl like, look, I just want to walk off and keep my weave. And at the end of it, you hear something. No, man, somebody break this shit up. But again, like this is a college campus. One man was just killed, another, and the man was killed, and the women were fighting. At some point, I would imagine the women will start fighting, start killing people on campus. Anyway, Southern University really taking a beat down this past week. So make of that what you will. We also shared this stream. This clip on the big stream here. Stephen A. is trying to make his way into politics, and this is kind of a foray. He's kind of trying to play the middle fence here. He criticized the Democrats and the Republicans, but in the end of the day, he's really a Democrat, so you're just watching him.
This for 6 weeks. Seems like 6 years, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
Well, it's a different definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad. We should continue to do that.
Do you think that those
don't continue to do that. Find a new strategy.
And it says that was Stephen A. Smith giving it to the Democrats, and then he goes on the Republicans and tried, like PBD, and try to play it the same way. So, it'd be interesting. But he really thinks that he has a political future here. And I have video of him saying that. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith thinks that he has a political future. Let's see if I can find it. He said there's a poll showing him that he's leading among Democrats. And, he's been talking about this for a while. While I looked for that, I saw this, and I'm like, man, these young boys are really losing any ambition here. They're just crashing out, and you just watch this crash out here. Almost killed someone. He was that close to catching a body there. And then they run off and shit. I don't know why they do that. Why run off if you're gonna do it?
There's no way this guy's doing it. Oh no. Cody. Oh no, Cody. What the hell is this? Come on. There's no way I did that. Oh, good, I'm good.
Oh, damn, these Africans doing the fucking Africans doing this shit. Well, it happens everywhere you go, I guess. I guess it's a good time to point out Friday evening. Is that tomorrow? Today's Wednesday or Thursday? Tomorrow, Jason Kessler, he will be on the show here and tomorrow evening. So if you have any questions for Jason Kessler, make sure you send them to Portia J, or you can feel free to send them in the chat during the show, or if you send them anytime between now and this show, if I catch it, I'll make sure to make note of it. Here's Stephen A. Smith again.
The fact that I am a candidate for the presidency of the United States of America, according to the polling for the Democratic Party, is the most clear-cut evidence of how pathetic of a state of affairs that exists within the Democratic Party today. I have no business being on that list whatsoever. I am not qualified, but it just shows how pathetic things are at this particular moment in time. The fact that I am a candidate for the presidency of the United States of America, according to the polling.
I saw this museum in Europe, and it has an interesting entrance. Which way would you enter the museum? Which way would you enter the museum here if you had to enter? This is the door. This is the door right here. So you got to slide between these two. I guess you got to be small enough to slide between them. But if you were going to this museum, which way would you enter? Facing the woman or facing the man? Which way do you choose there? You let me know. What's up, Ignorant? I see you in the audience. Did tap dancing continue? We're tap dancing about what, man? I'm just having fun up here today. I'm not even going too hard on any particular subject, though. I will, Ignorant. I got a lot teed up. I just didn't want to talk about it today. But I guess what I should talk about is this, though. But before I do that, I got a phone call I need to make for you guys. I need to do this. I want you guys to hear this. Make sure the road's on. It's on. You ready to go? Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
How's it going, man?
One day at a time. Hey, you're a little behind on your rent, and I've been trying to work with you to get you up to speed there.
Yeah. I know I get paid on Friday, though. I'll have it there.
Man, can you really trust this guy to pay you on Friday?
I ain't got no choice. It's either that or be homeless.
I mean, that don't sound like you're really gonna be able to get paid. Have you been working this week?
Yeah, I'm actually at work now.
Oh, so he got you back to work?
Yeah, I'm actually in the office now.
Hey, you saying you had some food stamps? Is that right?
Yeah.
Man, you should at least offer me some of them as a measure of kindness. Shit, I've been working with you.
I didn't even know. I got like $50 left.
Yeah.
I'll have it. I'll have it on Friday. Though. I'll have it.
All right.
It'll be Friday afternoon when I'll have it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll have it.
All right. Yeah, man. $300 something, $50, $70. I don't even know how much fuck it is. It doesn't really matter. The fact that he can't come up with it is, is really, really sad. This is a man who lost his law degree. He can't practice law. He's working for a black law firm, and that ain't working out at all. They're not paying him, hiding from him. And again, it just, really highlights the lack of trust in these black communities where, one man struggling takes down another man struggling because he kind of uses him. And I showed the videos. They're all in partying in Vegas while not paying this guy. Anyway, which way would you enter this museum here? From the front of the back, guys. From the front of the back. There's some local news here. Here in D.C., the Fed workers are so coddled. And here's kind of a way that they're coddled. Here, take a look. So what you see here is, I actually know this. I used to rent to this guy. Due to recent federal government restructuring, thousands of dedicated professionals are facing unexpected career shifts. If you've been impacted, I want to support your next move. At M Fields Photography, I'm offering complimentary headshots, no hidden fees, exclusively for federal employees laid off. And this is how these people are just coddled throughout the area. They get laid off. People are offering them all kinds of services. I'll give you headshots. But regular people, when we get laid off, finding a job. And so there's just another example of kind of how these people are really coddled, unlike regular employees here. And so just one of the things coming out of D.C. Yesterday, we talked about the protests in NOAA and all those places. Protesting to get their job back instead of looking for another job. And so here's someone saying people getting Social Security entitlement payments over 110 years old. And so it's an interesting idea here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk takes some kind of tack like this. You see it oftentimes in companies when they suspect there's a lot of fraud. They'll make people reapply for their job, things like that. And here's an interesting suggestion. Cancel all entitlement payments for those over 110 years old. The real living individuals will contact Social Security, and you'll find out who's real and you find out who was getting a check and not complaining now that they're not getting a check, which means that person probably was not alive for a very long time. Here's some other interesting tweets that I saw. I'll pull this one up here. Yeah, I got some photos from a rancher. Oh man, I cleaned up a room the other day. What the fuck? Let's see if I can find these pictures. Why this photo comes up. I was cleaning up a room. I almost made this shit my thumbnail. Let me see if I can send this to myself. Give me 1 second. Alright. And hopefully I can open these. Alright. In 2021, 2021, what does it say? 3,000 loans, including PPP and economic injury disaster loan, for $333 million to borrowers over 115 years old who were still marked as alive in the Social Security database. In one case, a 157-year-old individual received $36,000 in loans. And I guarantee you, when they start peeling back the onion on these loans, it's probably going to be government officials, their friends and family members getting these loans. And I would suspect this is probably why they are fighting Elon so hard there, because he could very well uncover a lot of this fraud here. And I'm sending some more pics to myself. I want to share these pictures with you guys, okay? And just send that, all right? And that is what I suspect here. You know, I've been saying that quite a bit on the stream, that the fraud is probably like unbelievable. And Elon Musk, you know, has the access to uncover all of this, so it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. Who was collecting all these Social Security checks? When we find that out, somebody's going to jail, I would suspect. And so Al Green, after being thrown out of Congress, the State of the Union, here's Al Green.
I have people, and I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for deep cuts in Medicaid. He needs to save Medicaid, protect it. We need to raise the cap on Social Security. There's a possibility that it's going to be hurt, and we got to protect Medicare. These are the safety net programs that people in my congressional district depend on. And this president seems to care less about them and more about the number of people that he can remove from the various programs that have been so helpful to so many people. It is the best way to get across to a person who uses his incivility against our civility. He is a person who has civility against civility.
You can't hear that. Okay, let me check. Damn, what the fuck happened here? It should be good. You can't hear it. You can't hear the audio. No audio. Let's see.
Up against this president's desire to cut Medicaid
No audio.
in their lives.
You can't hear the audio? Okay, well, fuck Al Green. Let's move on from Al Green. Here's something interesting coming out of D.C. here. I guess it'll be nationwide in that case. Let me know if you're able to hear me. How's my audio, by the way? You know, I've talked about this a bit. This was a hot topic during Trump's initial election here. HUD, affirmatively furthering fair housing rule. Many of you may not have ever heard of this, but it really affects the suburbs and more affluent neighborhoods. It's a real estate thing, but somewhat, but it affects everyone here. I want you to take a look at this. We can hear you, but we can't hear the video you're playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll go back to Al Green. Okay, so here's something interesting, and it really, this really caught my eye when Trump was running the first time, and there was this talk about this AFFH in Westchester, New York. And so now they're terminating it. This started out with Obama, and then Biden reinstated it. A press release issued by HUD noted this action would cut costly red tape imposed on localities and return decision-making power to local and state governments. By terminating the AFH rule, localities will no longer be required to complete ownership paperwork and drain their budgets to comply with the extreme and restrictive demands made up by the federal government. This action also returns decisions on zoning, home building, transportation, and more to local leaders. The HUD press release added that as the agency returns to the original understanding and enforcement of the law without onerous compliance requirements, it can better serve communities that need access to fair and affordable housing. And so what this action did was it induced poor people to go live in nicer neighborhoods. This is to put it kind. One of the ways they did that was by like supersizing the Section 8 vouchers. Another way it accomplished that was by zoning, and you'll see it here, where suburbs that didn't want to build apartments. You've heard people like Ryan come on the stream say he doesn't want apartments in his neighborhood. Well, this AFFH would force suburbs, counties to build dense housing, typically low income, to maintain their federal funds. So interestingly enough, Trump has counseled that. Just another thing he's dismantled here in the federal government here. And I think he's giving the Democrats and I guess the elite, the establishment, so much to fight that it almost as if they don't know where to to start out. You know, he's cutting funding here, there, everywhere, and he's doing it at such a blazing pace that they can't really keep up on where to complain next. I know I'm jumping around a bit, but I always talk about conspicuous consumption here, and you know, and you see all these rappers and they're spending so much money here. And I saw this. I may have to do a stream on this one day. This is a kind of a wash-up rapper, Young Joe. He may be doing something now, but he's not rapping. And listen to this.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you spend like $250,000 on it, it was easy.
$250,000.
Like $250,000 on rap is easy. That's before the year is out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you shopping right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, and people be like, oh boy, you spend a lot. I'm like, that wasn't really a lot of money because, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my 40s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a long time spending, you know what I'm saying? Buying real nice pieces, you know what I'm saying?
Is there something in your collection that nobody has? That only you
Yes.
have? Really?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a sweater.
Did you hear that? When asked, is there anything that you own, like a piece of clothing, he said a sweater. This guy's spending millions and millions of dollars, and he think like a sweater is like some kind of collectible item. I mean, like, is it any wonder that these people end up broke? You know, I'm not sure if you were able to hear that audio. Were you guys able to hear that audio on that video there? I know you're having trouble with the audio. Were you able to hear that audio? Let me know, so. But anyway, so that was Young Dro, and he's talking about spending $250,000 a year on clothing alone, polo clothing to be exact. And on the big channel, we see so many of these fight videos, and you know, I said, well, shit, why not monetize it? You know, the black women want to fight, and HB was kind of funny. You're like, yeah. Let them, fight and make money out of it, get the energy off. And here's a club in Black America. And I'm gonna pause it. Let me know if you can hear the volume here. Here's a fight club.
Move, y'all. Let them rock it out.
Go, Richie. Do your big one. All right, let's see what you do, big sis. Let me know you do. Damn, I'm not missing nothing. I'm not missing nothing. I'm not missing nothing. You're not doing this without us. Yeah. You liar. You ain't doing nothing with us. I told you. She thought she could handle this. What you saying here for?
Well.
Take her back. That's how we do it.
That's why I was talking friendly, casual phase. Yeah, fall in.
What's up?
Fall in.
And that is a TV show. It looks like it's called Mean Girls. And there's a video show that is highlighting Honey versus Zanaya fighting. I mean, this is really kind of amazing, you know, where things have kind of devolved to here. someone said this is fucking pathetic. These type of bullshit shows showing black girls acting like animals doing nothing but fighting, and black people supporting this bullshit. What the fuck? Yeah. What do you guys think about that? You think that's degrading of black women to have a video about them, a TV show about them fighting? Do you think that's degrading? Yeah, we have call-ins. Wale, this morning when I'm on OBS, we're going to go over to the big stream, and we're going to talk about some of these topics. But this is OBS. I'll be done here in about, I'll be done here in a few minutes. And then we're going to go over to the big stream. I hope you join. We'd love to have you up, man. But we do have a call-in number. You can call in as well if you'd like to call in. I was a little late getting this stream. Usually I do it about 8 o'clock. But anyway, so here's a monetization of black women fighting. And so I hope these some of these stories that we kind of discussed, and I have one or two more, and we'll take those over to the big stream here. Here's one of, I was cleaning up some rooms the other day, and let me see, let me pull this up, and I had just going through some of the pictures, and like, I told you all the time, like, it's something, I don't know what it is, and I'm not picking on anyone, but the blacks just throw everything on the floor. I don't understand it. I don't understand. And so here's the trash in one room. Everything on the floor. Peels. Roaches, Lunchables, liquor bottle, socks. Now, this is behind the bed. This is the headboard right here, basically. And I slid the bed forward to make sure I get all the trash. And I don't understand how they do this. And if I'll zoom in so you can see. All right, look at all these roaches. They just throw them on the floor. Like, I don't understand that. Like, why would you want to throw something on the floor where you are going to continue living? Yeah, this is OBS, Wale. In the mornings when you see me solo like this, that'll be OBS. So typically, no one can join, only by phone. But you can join. You can join by phone. And as I said, in about 10 minutes or so, we're gonna do. We'll be up on StreamYard. You can definitely join. But anyway, so this is a room. I mean, I'm telling you, this is one of the reasons why I don't even eat out anymore. Because these are the people that work in the restaurants and stuff like that. Where else could they work? With a mind like this? Look at this. Shit everywhere. And you go to other pictures here. What is this? This is behind a little futon. I don't know what the fuck this is. Some kind of food bag. It's paper products. They just throw this shit down everywhere, man. Blunts, peels on the floor, Lunchables behind the bed, and I have some more pictures here I want to share with you. I mean, it's just really amazing how these people live. It's really fucking amazing. Let's see, I'm showing you that one. Let's see. Yeah, peels just all over the fucking floor. Roaches. And look at this shit right here. Can you see this fucking shit right here? Can you see that fucking shit right there? You know what that is? Does anyone know what the fuck that is right there? Anyone know what the fuck that is right there? Give me a guess in the chat if you know what that is. Yeah, Wale, we do StreamYard. It'll be up on the next stream. This was hair. And somehow it was like basically stuck to the nightstand. Yeah, hair, just stuck to the nightstand. I mean, I don't understand how they live like this. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, I call this the Trayvon snack. A watermelon iced tea and a Lunchable, the Trayvon snack, right? You say, how does it get stuck? So they probably wasted a juice or something there, and then, the hair they probably just laid the hair right there, and the juice, you know, and the hair just all stuck together. That's all I can guess, bro. I don't fucking know, man. But I mean, it's shit. I had to put that acid on it to loosen this shit up, because it was stuck to the table there. The Trayvon meal or watermelon iced tea. I mean, it shows you their diet. And that's it. I think that's it right there. So again, that's just cleaning just one room. You see, just filthy. And why did blacks put the trash on the floor? I'm not quite sure. And I got to do this one, man, because of my infatuation with COVID. Here's something. I'll close the stream out with this one right here. See if you can see my stream. One of the most taxing parts of COVID was stating the obvious that to a layman, mechanical ventilation doesn't make sense. Then being told to shut the fuck up because I'm not a doctor. In the meantime, all the doctors end up losing basic reason that many of us lowly plebes retain. And so here's a tweet out about COVID. New research shows mechanical ventilation can cause tiny explosions in the lungs, and millions of people were put on ventilators during the pandemic. That was actually the government's prescribed treatment method there. Tulane scientists found that forcing air into collapsing lung sacs may have worsened conditions like ARDS, which already has a high death rate. For all the ventilators used in ICUs, how many lives were saved and how many were put at risk? Once again, I got to run, guys. We're going to start the next stream. Thank you all for joining. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and support the channel, Cash App, Streamlabs. We appreciate it all. Thank you very much again.